Hello, Alive program participants, and welcome back. My name is Constance Russell. I'm an American College Sports Medicine Certified Personal Trainer and a Well Coaches Certified Health and Wellness Coach. And today I'm talking to you about physical activity and exercise. So, why do we engage in physical activity and exercise? A lot of reasons are obvious. We want to stay healthy and live longer. We want to maintain our bone and joint health. We want to maintain our muscles. We need to be able to move our bodies around. And we also want to stay independent a lot longer in our lifetimes. But other reasons why we engage in physical activity is so that we can increase our heart and lung capacity, and also to improve our health numbers, like our blood pressure and our blood sugar and the good cholesterol, like the HDL. So one of the ways that you found to start to learn more about your own physical activity and increasing your physical activity over time is by wearing your pedometer. So before we get really into our in-depth about physical activity and exercise, I just want to mention that whenever you're starting a new exercise routine or trying to increase your physical activity, it's always good to talk to your physician first. Especially if you have any medical conditions, you definitely want to talk to your physician before engaging in more physical activity and exercise. So, why do we exercise? I've told you about that. But then also, exercise is medicine. Exercise has been proven to increase our mood, to help us feel more alive and rejuvenated. And it's also a natural healer for bone and joint pain. Oftentimes when we're in pain, we don't think to exercise. And in fact, just doing some stretching or other forms of exercise can help you feel a lot better. A lot of people have engaged in physical activity for the mind, body, spirit aspect of being active in that way. A lot of the pastors and congregational leaders that we spoke with who are involved in the Alive program have told us that they feel inspiration and they feel a closeness with God during these times of physical activity and exercise. And so I encourage you to increase your walk with God by being more active and feeling that sense of closeness with God during your own times of physical activity and exercise. Many of our participants in the Rush Prevention Center engage in meditation, and that's another way of feeling closer and more connected, mind, body, spirit. And so, like I said, physical activity just doesn't have to be all about sweat, but there's a spiritual part. There's a sweat and spiritual part together. So, again, just going back to your pedometer, you have learned how to compute your daily average steps, okay? And you've been learning how to at least maintain those steps each day. So now we want to talk about the goal of achieving 10,000 steps a day. I know that might seem like a lot, especially if your daily average steps are only about 1,600 to 2,000, but you can get there, okay? So studies have found that people who move about 10,000 steps a day actually reduce their risk to chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and some cancers. And so that's the real importance of the 10,000 steps a day. We hope that you aim for the 10,000 steps a day, but we know that just after this video, you may not be able to just go and do 10,000 steps a day. So that's why we want to encourage you to gradually increase your steps over time until you achieve that 10,000 steps a day. Now, one of the ways to measure your progress is to use your activity log, your Alive activity log. As I said before, you're already logging the daily average steps. Just take out one of your old activity logs and look at your daily average steps. And what you want to do is then make a goal to increase those steps each day by about 500 to 1,000 steps. For some people, 500 steps is good enough. And eventually you may be able to increase your steps to about 1,000 steps over your daily average. But for right now, we're just going to focus on the 500 steps a day, increasing your daily average by about 500 steps each week. And so one way to make a goal towards the 10,000 steps a day is to do a SMART goal. You have to write a SMART goal. In your activity log, you are already in the habit of making a SMART goal for your veggie intake. But now we can start making SMART goals towards our activity. So let's just say I had my activity log and my daily average steps was about 1,600 for this week. And I want to increase my activity next week. So my goal, my SMART goal for next week would be to increase my daily average steps of 1,600 by 500 steps a day. So that 500 steps a day would take me to about 2,100 steps a day that I would be looking for on my pedometer before I lay my head down for rest at night, okay? So, is that a SMART goal? Well, let's review. I looked at my log and I already know what my baseline is. So now I said I want to increase my steps by 500, which is specific because I'm specifically saying I want to increase my daily average steps of 1,600 to 500. I want to add that another 500 steps to my daily average. So I am specific. Is it measurable? Of course, because I wear my pedometer every day. I'm logging my activity in my food log, my food and activity log, and I know that at the end of the day, I should have about 2,100 steps or more. Is it achievable? I think so, because I'm already 95% of the way there. It just takes maybe an extra walk through the park, or maybe parking farther away from the grocery store, or maybe I'll just take the stairs instead of the elevator to get those extra steps in. Is it realistic? Of course. Is it time bound? Yes, because I'm saying within this week, I want to at least get 2,100 steps a day. So I hope that that helps you to understand how to use your SMART goal to increase your steps over time to reach that 10,000 steps a day mark. And another thing, you may want to start getting those 10,000 steps a day because we have an Alive 5K walk coming up. Yes, we're in the planning stages now, but we want to give you more information about that during our meeting. And the 5K walk is about a 3-mile walk that will occur, and we're going to bring all of the churches together, and then you guys can definitely walk, have fun, make it mind, body, spirit. You're walking with God, walking with friends, and it's an awesome way to definitely bring that goal into perspective, that 10,000 steps a day into perspective for you. So I want to thank you for your time, and keep it moving.